have our first confirmed case.
The way the water was rising so fast, I got worried.
Tonight, Cayo's floodwaters are rolling across the Belize district.
And right now, the water is in the front yard.
Rising floodwaters all over Belize.
SSB, COVID-19 unemployment relief.
And we are still out here. We need to go home.
To say that 2020 has been a difficult year for Belizeans would be a huge understatement. The pandemic has cost us lives, jobs, industries, and our normal way of life. A series of flooding have added to the marathon of tragedy, paining our nation and adding to the suffering of many. Colorblind Multimedia and our partners have decided to do our part to bring Christmas joy to 8 deserving families who have had a tough 2020. We put out a call for the public to nominate people in need and to tell us their stories. We received over 40 submissions, and after an emotional and difficult selection process, our team was able to narrow down to the final 8. Tonight, we meet our final 3 recipients. One of the most fulfilling experiences for humans is the ability to provide for one's own self. Being able to pay your own bills, provide food for your loved ones, and maintain your home are incredibly satisfying. Tanisha Lewis, a resident of Hattieville, was once able to enjoy all of these things, but since losing her job because of the pandemic, every day has been filled with worry. She nominated herself to our wish list and moved us with her story. My reason for applying and nominating myself is because I lost my job due to COVID-19, and since then, I have not been able to provide for them. Only the little I get from their dad, whom is hardly making it right now. All I want to do is make sure my kids have a good Christmas, as I'm not even able to buy them a gift. Our home had been damaged since Hurricane Earl and still have not managed to fix much since then, as I am living with the kid's dad in his mom's house.
Hello?
Hi, hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Is this Miss Tanisha?
Yes.
Hi, Miss Tanisha. My name is Danielle, and I'm calling from Colorblind Multimedia Production.
Okay.
Have any idea what this call is about?
Sorry?
Do you have any idea what this call is about?
No.
So you were nominated to be a part of our Xaibe Wishlist program.
Okay.
And so I'm calling you to inform you that you were selected.
Really?
Yes, you are.
Wow. Okay.
So what our Xaibe Wishlist program is all about, we are bringing Christmas spirit into homes of people who are just having a hard time and can't afford it. And so you will win you will receive a ham, a turkey, all the ingredients to make your Christmas dinner, gifts for your kids, and a case of lemonade.
Okay.
You don't sound excited at all. It sounds like I can take this gift home.
Honestly, I am surprised.
You are.
Yes, but I just don't know like how to explain, but I honestly really appreciate it.
No problem at all. So me and my team, a couple members from my team will be coming to drop off your package personally, and so we look forward to seeing you and your kids. With the help of our thoughtful partners, all of our Xaibe Wishlist recipients are receiving a turkey, a ham, and other grocery items to ensure a full traditional Christmas meal is possible. And we even have toys for the children. So off we are now to Hattieville, 16 miles outside Belize City. I'm excited to meet the hardworking woman Tanisha, who has been down on her luck this year after the pandemic indirectly caused her to lose her job.
My name is Tanisha Lewis. I live in the Hattieville village, and I live here with my 2 kids and my boyfriend. Before, this pandemic and everything, we could have saw our way, when it comes to the bills and stuff, we had those covered. We were trying to, get our stuff because both of our dream is to just give our kids, their own space and stuff, And ever since the COVID-19, we used to listen to it at work, mothers, the COVID-19, But we would have never think that it may come the Belize. And when it did hit, that then everything started to crumble up.
And indeed, for far too many Belizeans, things crumble significantly. Tanisha is one of the thousands of Belizeans who lost their job in the tourism industry.
It started off whereby we used to work 1 week, sometimes 3 days, and then from 3 days to 2 days until we end up closed down because we don't have any business. Where I work at Old Belize, and majority of our income that we make was from the tourists that come. So when we end up closed down, the bills start pile up, and the ends then on the meat. We just make sure that the kids then get what they need. And by the time we get everything what the kids they need, the little what we left with are just for, if we need anything extra or so. So pretty much, it may hard.
While 2020 has introduced new difficulties, Tanisha's stress dates back to 2016, when Hurricane Earl damaged her home. Since then, she and her partner have been stockpiling on materials to repair their home. Since losing her job, those plans had to be halted, and so her children continue to be displaced.
One of the hurricanes that really hit us was Earl, and when Earl came, our house got damaged, and since then, me and him, we were trying to, when I get paid, I buy something. When you get paid, we buy something like that to try and fix what we needed to fix. But since the COVID, everything just went on pause because we had to make sure that, our baby, he's on formula and Pampers. We had to make sure that he has what he needs. And the things that we cannot fix, we just sit down and talk and say Tanisha, we will make sure that whenever you go back to work, this is what we are do. We don't have plans when I go back to work, what we want to do. We want to try and fix the house. And, because the only thing he sit down and he think about that for make the kids then comfortable, make them have their own space, So that are our plan.
When we first spoke to Tanisha on the phone, her excitement was overshadowed by her shock. And today, she explained why that was so and how much joy she was really feeling inside.
Yesterday, when we get a call, to be honest with you, it made really, really, really surprising because nothing like this never happened to me before. We never did get nothing from nobody. I never yet did fall in a no luck. I may feel so happy because my birthday that me just day before yesterday, and our work may call us back and say we were open back December the 1st. And I had a lot of plans because I said we get paid, I could do whatever. I had to call off the plans for my birthday and stuff. So from then I may feel really bad. He that tell me no worry, pray. That are the one thing he's saying all the time. So when I get a call, it really make I feel good. That what birthday gift, Christmas gift. You know, I'm really thankful for it.
Before we left, we handed over the goodies to Tanisha and her kids and asked her one final question. What's your number one wish for the new year?
My wish is like for a better, a better place for me and my kids. Not only that, but, if the COVID doesn't go away, so that the places can open up for me to find something better, so that, I can help him because he's the only one working. And the same way I was blessed today with something, I would want to do the same when I get back on my feet.
We admire Tanisha's dedication to her family and her desire to be of greater support to her partner. It is our hope that with our Xaibe Wishlist goodies, they can have a little less to be worried about for the holidays. There is an unexplainable happiness when we can be of help to other people. And I have been enjoying a plentiful dosage of that joy over the past couple weeks doing our Xaibe Wishlist. We take a short commercial break now, but we'll return soon and get to meet two more deserving families. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the finale of Xaibe Wishlist. This show is all about our Christmas initiative to bring the joy of the holidays to 8 deserving families who have been knocked down by the challenges this year. Some were affected by COVID-19 directly, others indirectly, and some were terribly affected by natural disasters. All of them, though, are receiving the same lovely Christmas package from our team and our sponsors. I'm confident that as I read this touching nomination letter, you will understand why our team agreed to support Alba via Mill, the head of the household and breadwinner of a family of 5. A small fruit vendor died recently because of COVID, and his mother-in-law died about a week later because of COVID. They are a poor family who have lost their loved ones and only source of income and placed on quarantine. They have been dependent on the oldest son, about 23 years, who was working with Tropic Air at the cargo section, but has been out of a job because of COVID, and he's trying to make an income for his family by selling fruits and vegetables. He and his sisters living in the same house has a 9-month baby, wife of a soldier who is living at camp. This has been a very difficult time for them, as the weather has been a risk factor. Our experience with Xaibe Wishlist, and especially this family, truly has an emotional impact on us and reminds us that some have paid the ultimate price in our fight against COVID-19. It is obviously a distinct honor for us to be able to provide some sort of help to them. And so, we're making the trip to Xaibe village in Corozal district to meet them.
Mi nombre es Alba Villamil, soy de Xaibe. Antes del COVID, vivía bien con mi esposo. Luchábamos para vivir, para superarnos un poquito. Y pues de ese rato, ya tenía como 2 años que empezamos este negocito, ese pequeño negocio con el pick-up que tenemos. Y yo siempre estaba a su lado de él y lo que planeábamos, que vamos a comprar eso, está bien. Y así era mi vida alegre con él.
After COVID-19 began spreading like wildfire and the lockdown was implemented, Mrs. Villamil and her husband had to decide between closing their produce shop or gambling with the law and their health.
Cuando empezó el COVID siempre nos manteníamos aquí porque ya era lockdown, cerramos el puesto, tal vez como 2 meses cerramos el puesto. Y ya él empezó, me dice, ¿sabes qué? Me dice, hay que empezar otra vez porque así no podemos vivir. Y pues él salió con la camioneta, él y un muchacho que lo ayuda, salieron a empezar a vender. Ya después me dice, ¿sabes qué? Me dice, hay que abrir el puesto otra vez porque hay que seguir con nuestras vidas otra vez, cuidándonos siempre. Y ahí me fui otra vez al puesto a seguir luchando, yo en el puesto y él en la camioneta andando vendiendo.
The gamble proved costly after her husband contracted COVID-19.
Un día llegó y me dice, ¿sabes qué? Me dice, hay un muchacho que me dijo que salió positivo, su mejor amigo. Y la cosa, dice, es que yo fui a vender ahí con él. Le digo, ¿pero te lavaste las manos? Le dije. Me dice, no, me dice, porque era un muchacho que él le valía, que él no, ese no era enfermedad para él. Y pues de ahí quedó. Al otro día me dice, ¿sabes qué? Yo me siento mal. ¿Y qué tienes? Le digo, no sé, pero me siento mal, me siento mal. Yo traga mi pastilla, se tragó su pastilla. Al otro día volvimos a ir a vender. Ya me dice, ¿sabes qué? Me voy a vender yo afuera. Pues ese día él se fue a vender. No tardó. Cuando él regresó me dice, yo no aguanto más y me siento mal.
The Villamils did not take the disease too seriously at the start and opted to continue going out to their shop. Things then took a very terrible turn for the worse when her husband lost his life.
A los 9 días, acabando la novena, y les hice sus novenas, su rezo de los 3 días, sus 9 días. Y a los 9 días, cuando me dijeron que mi mamá ya hubiera fallecido también. Y es otra caída que me di, que sentía que todo el mundo ya se me acababa. Pero tenía en mente a mis hijos, a mi nieto, lo único que tengo, de salir adelante. Aunque me partía el alma en 2, pero tenía a mis hijos por delante para seguir adelante.
Losing her husband and her mom back to back was heartbreaking for Mrs. Villamil, and the generosity of her friends and family was important to help her get by.
Durante las novenas que estaba yo haciendo, recibí una ayuda de una de mis sobrinas, recibí ayuda de donde él trabajaba antes, porque son muchos que lo conocían, pero a donde anticipadamente él trabajaba, conseguí una ayudita. Pues ese dinerito que yo conseguí, con ese me estuve ayudando, con ese pagué mi renta del mes atrasado, pero ya dije, pues con ese dinerito voy a pagar las rentitas y voy a comprar unas cositas o pagar unas poquitas las cuentitas, no todas las cuentas pagué, unas cuentitas atrasadas, pues con ese dinerito me estoy superando un poquito, pero ahora ya no tengo a dónde sostenerme. Lo poquito que me esté saliendo allí, estoy comprando lo poco de la tienda. Y es algo que no sé, pienso, no sé si hasta dónde voy a aguantar.
Like she shared, she is not almost desperate, as she is left fighting on her own for her household.
Que me ayuden para que yo pueda superarme un poco más con mi negocito que tengo de verduras. Porque es lo único que yo tengo para sobrevivir. Porque él me lo decía, te estoy enseñando, aprende, para que el día de mañana tú puedas sobrevivir por eso. Él no me dejó en la calle, me dejó en mi casa. Pues mis hijos no me dejaron allá. Me dicen, no te quedes aquí porque yo no estaba bien. Y por ahorita pues estoy recuperándome poco a poco. Pero así con el dolor de pensar que él ya se fue, mi mamá no está. Pues es seguir adelante con mis hijos.
Her ultimate wish list is for her business to improve because her husband instilled hard work in her, and she knows it's her path to independence.
Mi deseo es que para este año que entre, yo prospere un poquito más. Que dé de mamá y papá para el último niño que yo tengo. ¿No? Porque los dos muchachos, la muchacha ya tiene donde, mi hijo también. No que yo quiera una riqueza o ir más adelante. Una pequeña ayuda para que yo siga adelante con mi negocio.
We know that it is near impossible for this family to enjoy a normal, happy family after all their devastating losses this year. We can only hope that our goodies will allow them to huddle together and enjoy at least one single day with much less worries and suffering than the others. Welcome back to the season finale of Xaibe Wishlist. We are down to our third recipient of tonight and our 8th overall. We started off tonight featuring a young woman who has been jobless for a while now. And then we spoke with a family that has lost several loved ones to COVID-19. Our final recipient is Mr. Xaibe Correa, a father who sacrifices everything for his household. His nominator shared his story with us. He works sporadically as work arises, looks for filler work to support family, keeps his kids in school, lives in a one-room house with bad roof that recently flooded with the hurricane flooding, lost food, phone, and clothing, etc. from water damage, is an honest man with integrity. He is a good father and husband and tries his best. I would like to see Xaibe and his beautiful family have something good happen to them. They do not own land, home, or auto of any kind. They deserve some happiness.
Hello?
Hi, good afternoon. Is this Miss Latricia?
Yes, it is.
Hi, Miss Latricia. My name is Danielle. I am calling to inform you that Mr. Xaibe has been selected by your team after reading countless heartfelt messages. We selected him and his family, and so we're calling to inform you first.
Thank you so much. It'll mean so much to him.
No problem at all. Are you related to him?
No, I'm not. We own a block plant and he works for us whenever we get orders. Business has been just terrible. So we have had a hard time keeping our employees working. They're lucky to get one day a week.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for nominating him. What I will do now, Miss Latricia, is I will call him up. So I will add him to this call. So I want you to remain completely quiet while I tell him. And then afterwards, we'll all celebrate.
And now he doesn't know I nominated him.
So we will let him know in a few.
Hello?
Hi, good morning. Is this Mr. Xaibe?
Yes, it's me, Xaibe.
Hi, Mr. Xaibe. Good afternoon. How are you doing?
Well, not too bad.
You're okay?
Yes, I am fine.
Okay.
Who am speaking?
My name is Danielle, and I'm calling from Colorblind Multimedia. And you were nominated by Miss Latricia. And so I'm calling to tell you that you were selected.
Sure, are you kidding?
And so Miss Latricia is on the line. Would you like to say thank you to her?
Yeah.
Hey, Xaibe.
Okay, Mama. Thanks so much.
No problem. You deserve that.
Okay, Mom. Thank you.
Like recipient number 2, Mr. Whale is also in the Corozal district, and so we ran over to meet them.
My name is Wayo Correa, Wayo Lidovino Correa. Right. I live in Corozal town with my wife, 4 kids. Before COVID and the flood, everything was okay to me. Everything was, we had enough job, right, to provide food for our families. But when COVID came, it was very hard for not only for me, but for a lot of us. No job, right? Hardly we got something for it. It's hard.
While Mr. Whale was fortunate to be a recipient of the government food pantry program, the expenses continue to exceed the very little he earns, leaving a dreaded cloud hanging over his head.
It's really hard, really tough right now, right? Like how she said, right now we just catch and kill, like one and say, right? Hand to mouth, right? We make probably 2 days for the week, sometimes 1 day for the week, sometimes nothing, right? And it's really tough. I applied to the Ministry of Human Development or something like that, right? So we get a little help of food assistance and stuff from them for some months. That helped me a lot, right? That is how I get to manage to give my kids food. Well, in bills, I have a lot of bills because of that, right? Scarce of job.
For most of our Xaibe Wishlist recipients, the pandemic has been the biggest worry in 2020. But for Mr. Whale, flooding came along and made matters worse. And trying to find extra income has become increasingly difficult.
With the flooding, I have 1.5 feet water in my house, right? I had to carry my kids, my wife to my mother-in-law. She lives in higher ground. Well, this was bad, really, it was bad. Probably a week or more with water in your house. You know, you can imagine how that. When I am not working in the blocks factory, right, I'm making mason. That's my job, right? I do mason all wrong just for some. Sometimes people come and say, well, I give $25 for such a big job, but you have to do it because, right, things are hard.
Like his nominator, we quickly picked up on his truly caring and jovial spirit. This is what he said is his ultimate wish for 2021 and why he tries to be helpful to others.
Well, it's not that hard. I trust in God. I believe in God, right? And He said help everybody. I try to help as much as I could, right? I don't have a lot, but I just try help. My wish to make it better in 2021. Zero COVID. To me, zero COVID, right? That would be a big wish. Zero COVID, but well, I hope in God things will get better.
Okay, this one is here. I'll go here, sir. You're welcome, baby. Who's Jenna? Merry Christmas. You miss school? You want to go back and see your friends? School will hopefully open back soon, all right?
It was a pleasure for us to reward Mr. Whale for his hard-working, helpful, and optimistic character. And it was a special joy to give his children some holiday goodies. I'd be lying if I said this show hasn't brought on a great emotional load on me. It reminds me that when we complain about petty things that we encounter in our daily lives, it spits in the face of others who have it worse. I am reminded to be grateful of the things that I have and to always reach out to others when I can help them lessen their burden. Viewers, if you would want to help any of the other people we have been unable to assist with any type of food basket, toys for their children, a little job, or any type of support, contact us at info@colorblind.bz. We'll be happy to point you in the direction of those most in need of help. Our colorblind team thanks everyone who have tuned into Xaibe Wishlist these past weeks. We also wish to thank all of our nominators for doing their part in helping us identify the most deserving people. And we wish to thank all of our partners who helped us to make this possible, especially Simon Kwan, Quality Poultry Products, Susanna Singh Photography, Twin Supermarket, J&W Supermarket, Wellworth Supermarket, Sam's Mini Mart, and Belize Old Fashioned Lemonade. Once again, please remember to always pay it forward, and of course, to do your part in our collective battle against COVID-19. Avoid movement where possible. Always wear your face mask. Practice social distancing and sanitize your hands often. Have a good night and enjoy a safe, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Goodbye and see you around on CBTV. Bye-bye.